Greetings, flesh creatures. It is I, Megatron. On behalf of TFYLP, I want to congratulate you for listening to the most refined collective podcast on this miserable little planet Earth. Yes. Here you'll find knowledgeable fans discussing every aspect of Transformers and beyond. Now, enjoy the show while I continue my path to complete conquest of all of you miserable biological entities. Predacons, terrorize!
Hi, welcome to TFYLP, episode 611. We are live tonight. It is Thursday, January 30th. I'm Lucas. I'm joined tonight by Christian.
What up?
And Phil.
It's the wrong show, pal.
What's that?
It's the wrong show. This isn't Centurions R Us.
What? Aren't we doing Man and Machine Power Extreme?
No.
I just
Where
got them
did you
today
get
and I'm
that?
happy about them. Ramen Toys.
Very good.
So this is like a Ramen Toys is like every other 80s property third party company.
Okay.
Yeah, they do like Centurion's Mask, like Top Gun third party stuff. They've gotten a good amount of cease and desist for being a fairly new company.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Like, how do
Yeah,
we know
they're-
they have
they're-
cease and desist? Like, are they sharing those or something, or what?
Well, like when they come online on their social media and just be like, okay, so we need to change the design of this vehicle here, or we need to change the paint on this. It's going to be different. It's like, oh yeah, because you got some lawyers talking to you saying you need to stop this. Like their Top Gun figures were just a little too much. Like, yeah, that's Tom Cruise. You don't have his permission to do that. Hasbro came at them with some of their Mask toys, being like, yeah, no, that's what we own. You just made, like, it wasn't even like, like, oh, this kind of looks like it. It's like, no, that is exactly the 80s toy, just upscaled and like a little bit newer. Like it basically moved the same way and had the same like paint job on it even. So,
Well,
yeah,
I'm kind of surprised because, I mean, we obviously, like, we don't hear that much about, Hasbro and some of the third-party companies with Transformers, which I don't know, maybe there's enough gray area there, I suppose, and they don't have actual likenesses, but I'm surprised that they, would do that for Mask, considering that, like, Hasbro has not made a Mask toy in, quite a while.
I think part of it is that like the guys who run a lot of the stuff at Ramen are U.S. based, so they're able
They can get 'em.
to, yeah. It's a little bit easier than having to deal with some Chinese company that like, that just gets muddy for them dealing with that.
Right.
I mean, they did go after Fans Hobby for one of their G.I. Joe vehicles that Fans Hobby was doing. So.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Talib says that Ramen Toys wants to be legit, but no one wants to play ball. So,
yeah, they kind of had like an official deal with Super 7 around some Silverhawks toys, and then that got, I don't know on what end that deal fell apart, but it did, and yeah.
Well, and I feel like it's like Super 7. Where, they historically were making a ton of He-Man, right? And that's where they kind of like, kind of came up as a company. And then, once it proved to be pretty popular, Mattel was like, oh, wait, like, we're going to go ahead and just make all these ourselves. So, thanks anyway.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
it's kind of
you kind of prime the pump a little bit for some of that stuff, and and then it starts to come out. I mean, we've seen Ninja Turtles, like NECA doing a ton of Ninja Turtle stuff. Like there were Ninja Turtles toys coming out, but I don't think to the level that we see these days. So, you have stuff kind of build up out there through other venues, and then the bigger toy companies take notice and either say give it back or to do their own thing. And who cares if there's two companies doing the same thing? The bigger company will get more of the distribution because they have the better deals with the retailers.
Right. Well, and just economies of scale too. They're able to produce it a lot cheaper than some of the smaller companies and such too. So.
Yeah.
But and
as we've talked about here, like you can make an awesome third-party toy, and then as soon as anything official comes out, like you have a lot of people that'll say, "Forget the third-party one. I'm going to get the official one because it's official." So
yeah,
I don't.
I feel like with some of the Masterpiece, it's kind of been 50-50 on that. Like, I don't necessarily know that people were just loyal to Takara on those, but I definitely do feel like, like Fans Project was making, and a few other companies were making, kind of some of the mainline figures or whatever, like chug style figures, and charging $100 a pop, and then Hasbro came in and was like, all right, well let's go ahead and just make some of these same ones, but we'll do it much cheaper. And I think that's kind of where I think Fans Project was like, yeah, we're gonna get out of this game. So
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I the numbers on the third party stuff we pretty much never see. And not like we see numbers on the MP stuff. I'd still have to imagine like the MP stuff does significantly better than the third party, equivalents. Who I mean, what's the most recent one? Like, Fans Toys with Phoenix, their Jetfire or Skyfire, and we had the MP Skyfire. I don't know, that maybe that one. But Fans Toys had theirs out for a while first. You had two different MP scale, an official Takara MP Starscream and a third-party MP Starscream come out around the same time. So those were direct competitors, and I have to imagine the Takara one did significantly better than the third party. I mean, the fact that not that I'm like a huge third-party, fanboy, but the fact that I can't even remember the name of the company that made it, that's something right there.
The Make Toys one?
I don't think it was Make Toys. Maybe it was. I don't know. Has Meteor been around for that long?
Yeah.
Meteor's been.
I mean, I think I should say. Let me phrase that. I thought Meteor was around for a lot longer than the MP52 or whatever.
Probably yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And Meteor's still around to this day. They're pumping out weird colors of it all the time.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's like the one thing they're still making. So, and Talib says if Chris Cox has his way, third party will be the new first party. So, I mean, honestly,
that's an exaggeration of what is actually happening. But okay.
I actually don't think that that's a bad strategy, though, right? Like if they can get the companies to pay for licensing, like why not?
Oh, that definitely won't happen.
Right. No, but I'm just saying that like that if it were to happen, it never will. But
not with Transformers. They're trying to license out like Power Rangers and some of the other kind of brands.
Right.
I mean, they do license out Transformers. That's how we get 3-0 and
right. It's just non-Transformers
Flame
stuff.
Toys and just not Transforming stuff typically.
Right.
Yeah, and I just shot us a message, Lucas.
Yeah, there's not a chance ever that Hasbro will stop making toys.
No, but I think they're seeing the amount of money and success they have with their IP being used in other venues and what that can bring in for them.
Yeah, I think they'll strengthen that sort of stuff. I think that's great.
Yeah.
Please do.
Yeah, they've got some very recognizable and profitable intellectual properties.
Yep.
Magic, Dungeons and Dragons, Transformers.
Peppa Pig. Oh wait, did they sell
Peppa
her
Pig.
back, or did they keep her?
I don't remember on that one.
Because she was part of the
Entertainment One.
Entertainment One thing.
Yeah, I don't remember, but
I thought they kept
yeah.
her, but Power Rangers they have now.
Monopoly.
Monopoly, all the board game stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So and it's just like there's a lot of money to be made with that sort of thing.
So if anybody's posting articles or videos where it says Hasbro's going to stop making toys, no, they're not.
Right.
That will never happen.
That's clickbait, and those people probably get way more views than we do. But still,
That's probably true. But don't be clickbaited.
Yeah.
There's no way that actually happens.
Right.
That's not real.
Right.
The toy company, they're going to make toys. They're just going to license some stuff out and try to make some games too. Yay.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So.
And not enter into weird contracts like they did with Reactivate.
Why was that contract weird? I'm not off the top of my head with.
Oh, I think it was just the vendor was not reliable and never had part of the vendor never had any intention of actually making it.
Gotcha. Yeah, I did see some articles about that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But they were trying to basically get a bunch of contracts for IP stuff under their belt, so it made them more attractive to sale.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Seems like the dev team wanted it to go, which is unfortunate.
Yeah. And the footage that we saw, looked fairly interesting. Yeah.
It just may mean we get more of those shovelware type games, which yay.
I don't know.
More mobile collabs. That's what we all love.
I don't understand why they can't make a game that has decent graphics but still doesn't cost like $1 zillion to develop. I don't know. Is that even possible in this day and age? Maybe not.
Probably not.
I did hear something interesting along those lines the other day. Like my buddy and I talk about this. He's a big video games guy, big retro video games guy.
Mm-hmm.
And we talk about the idea of how much a Nintendo game cost in the 80s versus how much a Nintendo Switch game or PlayStation 5 game costs these days. And the prices on those have not gone up significantly. Now, granted, there's, especially today, there's so much more in-game purchasing kind of stuff that comes along that internally makes the game more expensive. But, just to actually have the game in hand, it's not much more expensive. And there's people in the gaming industry, companies who work for the gaming industry, that really want the next Grand Theft Auto to be $100 game. And even then, to me, it's okay, yeah, I'd pay $100 for that, because the amount of hours, the amount of entertainment you're going to, get from that $100 is considerably more than a lot of other things you spend $100 on.
Right.
Sure.
I don't know. Yep. That's I don't use this measure as much as I used to, but I remember back in college, I would just have the mindset of how many hours do I have to work to pay for X, and using that so much as a gauge of that kind of thing. Didn't always pan out in that regard, but that was something I tried to keep in mind.
Right. Yeah. No. I mean, definitely video games are. I don't know. It's a interesting market with that, but I don't know. Hopefully, Hasbro can get something going that is not just shovelware though. So.
Yeah. But, I mean, in terms of the big topic, talking about what we're looking forward to in 2025, there's nothing video game wise that's on my radar. Yeah, hopefully this comes out, and we've had those moments in the past. But yeah, not for a while.
Right. Yeah. I don't remember, was there a mobile game announced? I think there's a new one, but it's I don't know. You never know till it actually comes out if it's going to be decent or not.
Yeah. The one from Niantic that was going to be similar to Pokemon Go, that kind of piqued my interest, but
Rip in pieces.
What's that?
Rip in pieces.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. There's probably, yeah, actually, like all the recent Transformers games that have been announced that I was looking forward to never got made.
No games for us.
No. I mean, Earth Wars, we know quite a few folks that still chug away at that thing with a significant amount of hours.
I'm still going, but I've really kind of like been trending on, kind of down on that. So I finally quit spending any money on it myself, but yeah,
Nice.
and really the amount of hours I've played went way down. But I know some of the people, Christian, I'm sure you quit playing that. I think Rob quit playing it too. But
Yeah, I quit last summer, last spring, somewhere around then. It's been a while.
Yeah.
I know Rob was talking about getting more into it, like at TFCon in the fall, but then he like almost needed convincing and talking into in terms of like how to get back into it without being crazy stupid with hours or money.
Yeah, I don't know that you can be really. Like, I think it's just kind of that you have to put a ton of hours into it. And
Yeah.
so, but
I've got no desire for that. At least
right.
it's not for that kind of game.
Anyway. So. But, so what figures are you guys looking forward to coming up?
I mean, in terms of stuff we haven't seen yet, I really want to see what Bruticus is going to look like.
I think he'll get pushed into next year.
I think we're going to get at least limbs of him this year. Like Vortex seems
one limb of him this year.
Yeah.
Is it Vortex now or is it Swindle? I can't remember which one it is.
I thought we saw artwork for Vortex.
Okay, Vortex, cool.
Yeah.
He got swapped around.
I've really been debating on Superion. Like, I think, like, he was one of my favorite Combiner Wars combiners, I thought they, I never really had too many problems with them. I realized that the articulation isn't there and stability and some of that kind of stuff compared to, what they're going to release now. But I'm just like asking myself, do I actually need an updated Superion? Like, I feel like I want an updated Bruticus, but do I need Superion?
Yeah. Let me ask you this, Lucas. Yes. Did you order the new repainted Trypticon?
So I put my pre-order down, but then I went through recently and canceled it.
Okay. Because to me, that's even more so of a, minor improvement from one to the other in terms of what the new Superion would be versus Combiner Wars when you look at Trypticon, just new paint, new coloring on the new Trip.
Right.
There's no
I
new
think it
molding
looks
on
super neat. It's just one of those things where it's like, do I actually need it? I think that the original Trypticon they released does a really great job of evoking the original toy. And so as much as I think it's neat, I just, I don't know, kind of looking at it as like, I don't know. I kind of feel like I want to try to rein in my Transformers budget. And that was a figure that I don't think made the cut. So.
Yeah. I guess I'm saying, like, even if it was tempting enough that you pre-ordered it, like, to me that says that to me that says more so go with the new Superion, because the new Superion is a totally different figure than the Combiner Wars, and if a repainted Trypticon was enough for you to put in a pre-order, then a totally brand new Superion should be enough to get you over the edge to buy it. That's me. That's my take.
Yeah. We'll have to say. I think the thing that's kind of hard too about it is that some of these G1 figures have really been like once they're gone, they're gone. Like I don't think that it's something where I would really have to worry about it. Like once it drops, it'll, I don't think it'll be a problem getting it. But I think that 6 months afterwards, it might be more difficult, where you really have to kind of pay a premium to get some of those figures. So I think that that's the one thing that kind of gives you pause, where say that how much is Superior going to cost? Like a couple $100?
Yeah, a little bit under that, but yeah, $180, give or take.
And
$200 after the taxes.
Yeah, but then so let's just say $200. But I mean, you could easily see that double in price, like, after a bid or whatever. So
I was just checking, and I still have hands. It did not give me pause.
Thanks, Christian. Appreciate it.
Some of the Menasor limbs were hard to find, and then got super easy to find. And then there's components of Menasor that are going to cost you your firstborn child right now. So I would at least say, if you're on the fence, pre-order them and buy them. And then if you decide you don't want them, you hopefully would be able to either return them or sell them, get your money back. But I would say with a combiner, it's better safe than sorry.
Yeah. Well, and I guess,
did you gentlemen notice, including Hey Paul, that they're releasing Slingshot first this time, as opposed to kind of extra as an exclusive, like they did in Combiner Wars? I just thought that was nifty.
Yeah.
Strange that they're releasing Vortex this year.
I wonder if that means something.
Probably not, but it should.
It could. Select still maybe exists. No, it definitely does. That's where Trypticon is. I actually hadn't thought of that. That's a really good point.
Oh, in terms of being Alpha Bravo. Now I got it. Now I got it. Yeah.
I would do that. I would buy an Alpha Bravo in a modern mold, yeah.
They're really dumb if they don't make Alpha Bravo. He's like
the main guy. That's the main dude.
Yeah. He's the number one Combiner Wars character. It's who I think of when I think of Combiner Wars.
Me too, actually. I would buy him.
Yeah.
Lucas, the thing that I'm going to disagree with you about, and I'm not saying you're wrong because it's your collection. You can do whatever you want. But I'm excited about the new Trypticon and the new Superion, because I like that they go closer to how they looked in the cartoon, and the cartoon is my main source of truth. Like Combiner Wars Superion is very good as a figure, but it's still in that kind of reimagined modernization design era. Whereas the Age of Prime Superion is like, this is him walking out of the cartoon, basically. And that's kind of what I like more.
Yeah.
So I disagree, but it's a preference thing. Can't say you're wrong about it.
I could see that. I mean, for me, honestly, it's a lot of it is the stability of the figure, I think, compared to Combiner Wars.
That'll definitely help. I mean, once we put all those upgrades on the Combiner Wars ones, they were stable, but initially, not as much.
Right.
Tough
yeah, I mean, you could pose them with like an arm like bent at the elbow. Like that was the only thing you could really do in terms of posing on a shelf sort of thing. And at least with Menasor, there's a ton of poses you can put him in and put him on a shelf.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. So, and the colors are better, I think. They're more like the Unite Warriors ones.
Right. No. Yeah. They're actually, I mean, I feel like that was the one problem with Combiner Wars. Like, I mean, they just didn't have enough paint and deco at that point. You really had to go with Takara to get it decently painted. We were still having to put
Reaper labels,
stickers on.
Yeah.
I got them for every member of every Combiner team because that's how bad it was back then.
I definitely did the aerial bots.
I definitely did
the other ones besides them, yeah.
Bad. It was bad.
Yeah. The amount of money that we spent on upgrades or whatever back in that era is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I mean that's the thing I kind of, like the Devastator, right? Like I think I probably have like $150 in upgrades in addition to what the figure cost.
Yep.
So, but
What
I
are
don't
you
know.
looking forward to this year, Lucas?
Well, I was gonna ask Paul. Paul, are you excited for Superion?
I don't care about Superion at all. He doesn't even exist to me. So,
What?
No. Yeah, I
It doesn't
don't
exist.
collect Superion toys.
Oh, okay.
I don't need aerial balls. I actually don't love the aerial bots. I think they're kind of lame because they're all so similar. So yeah, I'm not. I don't care about them. Like, I'm more interested in the Devastator, but I'm thoroughly disappointed in like what it's going to be. So I guess I'm looking forward to whatever the HasLab's going to be. Everyone's guessing. I don't know what it's going to be, which is great. I love not knowing something. So I am curious to see what it is going to be. I don't even know. We learning that this in next
It's
week.
1 week
tomorrow.
from now.
Next week.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're doing a show 1 week from right now talking about it.
Cool. Well, I guess that's what I'm most excited about. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I could say I'm excited to get Omega Prime.
That'd be cool.
And I guess I'm excited for the Missing Link toys. Like same shit I always say.
Right.
So, looking forward to the Series 6 blockies, which I should have next week. That'll be cool. Get the blue Optimus Prime. That'll be fancy dancy.
Now,
I
is
remember
there
the
is there some
IDW,
crazy
design.
chase figure, Paul, that with the
Just-
series?
They all no different than the rest of them. Just one out of every 4 cases has a blue Optimus Prime or Orion packs or whatever you want to call them. IDW.
I pulled the shiny Soundwave out of a case or Wave 3 case last week.
That's a good one. That's him and Shockwave are the greatest. So good work.
It was fun.
That's all I can think of at this moment.
Yeah, no, the Missing Link toys are great. Christian, you're really missing out on those.
I'm gonna get that RC in prototype colors.
The RC's cool, but I'm not like there's empty buckets around here for RC, let's say.
I hope that Missing
Nothing's
Link conquers
full.
that Unicron too. I'll buy that.
Oh man, that would be pretty cool. No?
I mean, in 10 years maybe, but like the Missing Link number 7, no. Like, do not make the goddamn
will be
Unicron.
7. I just said if they make it, I'll get it.
Yeah. I mean, sure, but it's like the first go-to after they saw the RC, which is like light years away from a giant piece of crap that no one actually wants. It's basically just a relic they can have because we got this thing, right?
Yeah.
But
I want the relic.
yeah, I'll take it, but I want some fucking Decepticons.
Nobody likes them.
No, everyone wants them. And I don't know what they obviously got to start with Megatron. That's the way to go. But who knows?
See, I feel like they're gonna start with Starscream because they can just pump out Seekers.
Yeah, they could. What really throws me, and this is what I love about Takara Tomy when they're like unchained, unleashed from the Big Daddy. They do stuff like the Sentinel Prime.
Mm-hmm.
And like no one saw that coming. Like in a million years, no one would have been like, yeah, let's make the orange truck from the first episode. So like, what are they going to do with the mini bots? What are they going to do with the Sunstreaker stuff? Like they're going to do things that like have never existed. I hope they keep that going with the special releases. That would be stupendous. But we don't know any of that stuff is coming. I guess I'm just, that when Sugar Plums dance in my head, that's what I'm seeing. So I hope that we see some of that stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
So
there's obviously so many repaints of Bumblebee you could do.
Right.
I mean, this is what I would like to see is a green one and just call it Wasp and change the head a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we've only seen, there's no pattern to go off of yet. They've only done one special release so far. So we don't know like what they're willing to do. But
I mean, we've got Cordone coming out with Sunstreaker. So, I mean, there's your 2 paint jobs of that mold. And that makes a lot of sense. I think you have to imagine they're going to make a pink RC.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's so many possibilities.
Spin-Out will probably exist at some point, too.
Yeah.
And Nightbird.
I feel like it's rude for them to be like, here's the prototype version. Because the prototype version, it's annoying to me because like it shouldn't even exist. Like I just want the pink one. All right, come on.
Right.
Yeah.
But Spin-Out, obviously, I guess, yeah, Spin-Out makes a lot of sense, right? But that's not going to be what they do for the special release because they didn't do like a Nemesis Prime or an Ultra Magnus or any other pre-existing Optimus Prime deco for that special, number plus letter release. So
I would say it's hard to
say
that there's an established pattern with just one instance.
Exactly. I mean, we have a sample size of 1. So
yeah.
But I would like that to be a pattern. I'd like them to do things we've never seen before they just like pull out the checklist stuff,
Right.
Like Sunstreaker, I don't want. Spin-Out, yeah, at some point, sure. But what I want is a black one, and I want it to be dead end. That would be sick, like the alternator.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's never been a black Sunstreaker, so like and that would look pretty tits up if it was good.
It's a good callback.
But even that has been done before.
Yeah.
So I think they would do something even wilder than that. Like maybe they do a purple one and call it, I don't know, Purple Stuff.
Purple Stuff. It's a good name.
Is that like what's the Sunny D is hiding behind? Purple Stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's an age-old Transformer meme where they named the Rainmaker Seekers. One of them was Purple Stuff, and the other one was Sunny D. This is before e-hobby reissues and stuff, like crusty stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like the Age of the Primes toys look fun. I'm interested in seeing more of those. I really appreciate the in-hand photos that Mark posts on his Instagram feed. Mm-hmm. I mean, to me, those are the photos that way more so than the images that we get, the renders that we get when a toy is announced. Like his pictures really, really sell me on the toys. And
he knows how to pose.
He knows how to pose. He knows how they're supposed to be transformed. So I think it's one of those deals that, like the more I see him post of some of these things, like the more it's just like, all right, yeah, that's like Solus Prime looks really, really fun.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. So, very, very much looking forward to seeing when we get more of those. And then the Fallen just looks great. I feel like I keep forgetting about the Fallen because that was like one that was so early announced, but like that toy just looks like spectacular. No notes kind of thing, at least on the surface.
I'm definitely looking forward to all of the primes, and I'm not counting Star Convoy among them. We can get to that later if you want. But I don't feel like super jazzed about them. And I know I should, and I know I want to. So I think the problem is with me, not with them.
See, it's
I mean,
funny.
that's fine.
Like,
we don't need to dig
through
into
them,
that. It's just
I actually feel like I'm more interested in the Primes characters, just because one, they look really neat, and two, they're characters we haven't gotten before. Like that's where I feel like a little bit where, say Superion or whatever. It's like, well, I already have a Superion. I realize that he's like 15 years old at this point, but still.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I am
appreciate
excited
with
for
some of
them.
the. Yeah, I really appreciate with is it Prima, Prima, like the floral dairy, like just homages in both his modes. That to me is fun to see. It's not exactly like that same style. It's a little.
Paul hates
kiddier.
that head on that figure.
Yeah, and I get it. I understand why, but I mean, to me, it's even more so the alt mode that feels like a callback to his design style.
Yeah, I agree.
Is that based off like one of the Five Faces of Darkness trucks or something?
I don't think so.
Yeah, nothing
Just
that I
the head.
specifically have seen anyone point out or that I can remember. It just really, again, kind of an homage. It's not a direct.
I would appreciate if you guys would refer to him by his God-given name, Prima Prime. You can't just call him Prima anymore because it has to sound completely stupid.
Prima Prime. Okay, yeah.
I do
you
wonder
said
if that's
Primal Prime.
because of the video game strategy guides.
Charles Charlie.
Because before this
William
figure,
Bob.
he's just been Prima.
Billy
The most
D.
annoying
Williams.
thing. The most annoying thing is they picked and choose what has a stupid name
Has
word at
Prime,
the end or
doesn't.
not. I don't know. I'm going to shut up. I'm sorry.
It's probably more like a copyright thing. Yeah, I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and they call Megatronus the Fallen instead of Megatronus Prime, which he technically is. So, yeah, you're right. They're picking and choosing. It's probably some sort of copyright thing. Or it's probably to say that they want to verify that Megatronus is the Fallen. Who knows?
Well, we know they have a mastery of numbers, so I'm sure that they're even better at the English language and consistency there.
You and your numbers, man. So here's the truck. I don't think it's anything. I don't.
Looks like Lunar Cruiser Prime.
It does kind of look like
Yeah.
a Cruiser Prime.
But it does look like I think I like the fact that we have to sit here and think like, wait, is this something from the Five Faces of Darkness or one of the season 3 episodes? Because it invokes that so much, and that's what I enjoy a lot about that.
I could definitely see a world where they redeco that in that kind of purple and orange thing, and make it into the U-Haul robot, aka Sentinel Prime. I think it would look nice that way. Or they'll do another thing that's that next year. We'll see.
Yeah.
Sentinel's not part of the 13, but Sentinel is in the lineage of Primes. Maybe they'll make him. He's kind of got a bit of cachet right now with that missing link and also appearing in the recent film. So maybe we'll get that. It's a dude who looks like a rhino, also a truck. Okay, sure. That's Sentinel Prime in the cartoon.
Yep.
I would take the Five Faces Primes as toys. Sure. Guardian Prime and all those other guys. The one that looks like Rodimus Prime but isn't. Sure. I think that is Guardian Prime. Where's Peter? Okay. Sure, why not? We can get around to the bonus primes later, though. And you know what? Bonus Prime sounds like a good time for me to get on my soapbox about Star Convoy.
Okay, sure.
Optimus is not in the 13. He's just not. He's not. He's not. Before the 13 were solidified, Takara made a Prime that was among the 13 called Logos Prime. And they said he was as ancient as Vector Prime, and they were like enemies and rivals. And that's who the 13th Prime is. He's a redeco Cybertron Soundwave, Sound Blaster, he goes by that. But he's Logos Prime, and that's the 13th Prime to me. If they wanted to go back and be like, there's only 12 Primes, and then Optimus does something heroic and joins them in the Pantheon, that's different. That's not what the lore is. They started with 13, therefore it's got to be Logos.
Are you saying that the Prime's 13 lineage story is sloppy and incorrect and inconsistent and a piece of shit?
Only where it comes to Optimus.
Oh. Well, that still counts.
Otherwise, they're pretty okay. Only because they don't see them very much. So anyway, I do like that Star Convoy toy. I think it looks cool, but he's not a Prime. But I'll need him to make the thing that all the Prime weapons make. What is the thing? And does it go with a HasLab Primus?
Is it a construction paper hammer?
I don't think so.
Okay. So I'd be excited for another one of those. You
It was
can't
at
have
least
enough
card
of those.
stock. The thing was all right.
They should make a sickle, a paper sickle, so you can like put them together.
Or some special.
I don't know about that. Anyway, that was my soapbox about 13. Yeah, I'm excited for the primes. I just feel like I should be like, yeah, primes, and I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
Maybe
that's
it's just
what I
because it's still early in the year.
That's what I was also debating whether or not I need Star Convoy. Because I don't know. Like, I feel like kind of looking at it, it's like, am I that excited? I don't know. I'm sure that if, put together a Japanese shelf with some of the other figures we've gotten and, that maybe I want to put it with that. But I don't know. I'm just kind of like, do I want to spend the money on that is kind of where I'm at.
I think Star Convoy is a must get, personally. Like, he's been a brick that doesn't move forever, and he's finally like a fully realized figure for once.
He's a real boy.
So
And
you're
he comes in
saying
tiny
if
baby
I'm
hot rod.
debating between Superion and that, you're definitely going Star Convoy?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Especially because of the Rodimus. Yeah.
Right?
It's funny because like both with this Star Convoy and the original, like the thing that draws me to them the most is the Micromaster Rodimus.
It's just a little baby. Optimus has to carry him around. I think I'm more excited about that price point of Titans than Star Convoy himself. But Star Convoy's still good, and I'm okay getting him.
Right.
But like, I want to see that be Broadside next year, or Grandis, or Diatlas, or whatever.
I mean,
just
that's
wish
just sort of like where we're at for so much of this stuff. Is like so much of this is like we're more excited for the possibilities than the things we're actually getting. But that's just sort of part of this cycle.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish they would have changed. I wish they wouldn't have kept it the same name, Titan.
That's
They should have.
fair.
They should have changed it
Yeah.
to something else. Just
Because we do have 2 Titans coming this year, and one is Triptychon and big, and one is Star Convoy and small.
yeah, it just kind of gets confusing.
Yeah.
What isn't confusing?
One will be at retailers and one won't.
I think that's probably how they get away with it. I had something else. What am I excited about? Nothing. That's not true. I just ignore me because my thought left my brain. It went away over the rainbow.
Are you excited for Devastator?
Kinda. I'm excited for the Constructicons. And I'm excited that my Devastator will finally be the same size as my other combiners. I mean, I had Cool Become Brave for that, but I sold Cool Become Brave, so here we are.
Yeah. But then now
Someone
I want
in
a new
Baltimore was
Predaking,
very
but
excited
somehow
about
the Takara Predaking doesn't size right with those. Not that it would look right anyway.
That's a special T-Spark thing. I don't think that counts.
Oh, no, I know. But, I mean, I'm sure there's going to be a new Predaking coming at some point, right? Because
Eventually.
But
I mean, he was pretty late in the cycle though. After Combiner War started,
right.
it took him a while before he came out.
Are you excited for Masterpiece Optimus Prime 4.0?
How are we getting another one? That's crazy, don't you think?
Yes, correct.
So, like, was MP44 just a complete dud? Like, it's crazy to me that they're not doing another rerun and that they're just going, yep, let's start over yet again.
Well, they did run it 2 extra times.
Yeah, but I mean, compared to MP10, they like got used 200 times.
I don't want to soapbox, but I think it kind of was a dud, and I don't think there's very many of them out there. Honestly, I mean, if you get a sealed one now, it's not cheap. And I don't think they're gonna make more.
Yeah.
I mean, especially if they're going to do a 4.0. Yeah.
I just wonder if Takara went through and whatever the parts count on that is that, that they're just like, we can't make this cost effective. And that is what's partially driving this. Because, like, I mean, you had to think, like, MP10, right? Like, I mean, that thing is probably, the cost of that probably, I bet, wasn't that bad, right? Whereas MP44, just the amount of parts on that, I just feel like that's what's maybe driving that. That they're like, you know what, we want to try to make something that is a little more cost effective for us and them, and for repaints and all that kind of stuff. Maybe I'm wrong.
I would imagine that was a flagship item, and they were willing to like let it cost a little more,
Right?
And then it didn't sell. They didn't. I mean, it did sell out pretty quick, but they never reran it. But I think it was sluggish sales because it was the most expensive masterpiece to date, and third-party companies fucked them a whole like 4 months ahead of the release. So, everyone that's like, this is too expensive, suddenly feels empowered to get the better version for cheaper from company X, Y, and Z. So they cut the legs out of the people that were like anyone that would be, typically there's a whole faction of people that couldn't afford it that would be desperate to have it and pay for it anyways because it's the only option. But when you give them other options, they do things that make it so you sell less of the expensive one. So I think that was a major factor in the release of that toy.
I think part of it too is that there's just some type of, like, just a difference in price point of, like, I think selling a big release mainline masterpiece around the $200 or $300 mark, I think is going to sell pretty well. Whereas, like, how much was MP44 again?
Rondo.
I mean, that's about where it was. It was like $300.
Was it?
I thought it
depended where you bought it from.
For some reason, I thought I thought it was a little more expensive than that.
If you got it from Amazon Japan, like you should have when it came out, it was like $280 plus the shipping.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it was
for some
that
reason,
low.
I was thinking.
I know
it was like
because
over
I bought
400.
20 of them.
Right.
That's what it retailed for, like after, in the United States, etc.
Yeah.
So what was more expensive?
Memory's a little
Beast Wars, MP Beast Wars Megatron or MP44 Prime?
44 by a lot.
Okay. And so what I feel like was a trend that we started to see, and it started with Dinobot. We got Dinobot and Beast Wars Megs, and then MP44, and like the prices just kept going up.
Started with MP36, the gun Megatron.
Yeah, you're right. And
everyone flipped out.
Yes, and then they flipped out even more with Dinobot. You're right. And then we saw a reversal of that trend. We saw with Hound and RC and Sunstreaker the price come back to that $100 plus point, and then even with the big Skyfire, that was what, $250. So I think they saw MP44 maybe having sluggish sales and just said like, all right, we maybe overestimated the demand for a figure of this price point.
Yeah, makes sense. But I'm just saying the demand would have been there. But.
Well, anytime they re-release it, it's a repaint without the trailer. So you're getting just the cab when it's Shattered Glass or Nemesis or cartoon version. So, I think that's another indicator that just, the price point just this was too hefty of a price to ask.
Yeah. Well, and just the cost to them, I'm sure too, like including all the stuff that it came with. So.
Well, if the new MPG stuff, everyone's like, oh, they've changed the scale with like Jinrai and whatever. I think there is no scale, so I don't know what they're talking about. But if they did, that would make sense to solidify that with a new Optimus Prime. That is probably smaller. And my hope is that it just has one grill. Just please, just finally, we just have one grill.
Just one grill and one cockpit for Paul. Goddamn it!
Just make the grill transform. Like, it's not that hard.
And then you put a little lever in it. You just flip this little lever, and then you got thrust face.
Paul, the toy designer over there, obviously.
Hey, I'll draw the diagram and send it to Cara. I've got it right here.
Paul's an engineer. He's
Yeah,
more of a sound engineer.
Exactly what to do.
My train came back. I remember what I'm excited for. It's finally getting Sure Shot in the main line. He's been canceled like twice.
Wait, hold on. He's not coming. I don't believe it until I actually see it on the shelf.
He's supposed to be in the Target 4-pack this year.
This is the thing where, Anna never believes any of the rumors. Like, I feel like at this point, that's me with Sure Shot, that I'm like, come on.
It's supposed to
You're
be
Charlie
Sure
Brown
Shot
and Hasbro's
Horrible, and some sort of Prime repaint. Is it the animated one, probably? And some fourth thing that has been rumored to be Core Dinobot, but it should be a deluxe or something. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But Sure
I mean,
Shot, he will be there.
I do at least believe that, yes, they figure that I actually want is going to be released as like a big 4-pack with, a bunch of repaints.
Horrible will complete another set you have, so that'll be cool.
Yeah.
Let's go with Squeeze Play and Fangry.
Yeah, I guess that's exciting.
Yeah. So sorry to derail from Masterpiece, but I remembered. I do have a Masterpiece thing that I'm excited about.
What's that?
It may come out this year. Rat Trap.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he looks good.
I really liked Rat Trap ever since I was a kid, and I said if there was going to be an MP Rat Trap, I would get it. Just like if there's an MP Jazz, I will get it. So yeah, Rat Trap is existing, so he will come to my house and be a rat.
I mean, I think Rat Trap is so interesting because we didn't have a ton of like characters in the G1 cartoon. Like, they were all pretty generic, for the most part. They had some personality differences and traits, but they were all like pretty bland. And I think that was so that you could impart your own kind of personality onto them a little bit more. And then Beast Wars comes along and there's Rat Trap with personality out the wazoo. So yeah, he's a character that, is stuck with a lot of folks because of that.
The question will be, will I buy and sell MP Rat Trap like 4 times?
I mean, I'm just
because I bought
it.
Primal 4 times. I bought Cheetor at least twice. And the others once.
I mean,
up until Dinobot.
Primal I get, though, because Primal is just sort of like, it's like the idea of Primal is better than the toy is. And then you start to get the other Beast Wars team like, well, now I got to get Primal because I need Primal.
And I was like, I don't like transforming these. They're horrible. Megatron killed it for me. And then Dinobot being whatever, $200, I was like, no, I'm out.
Yeah.
But, I love those guys. But now I have the PF versions of them. So that's what I'm going with. Yeah, thanks, Paul. But I think Masterpiece Rat Trap can exist. I have Masterpiece Cheetor again now because I have a whole Cheetor display. But yeah, Rat Trap will come to live with me. I may be getting the train bots again.
Raiden?
Yeah, because
Why?
that upgrade kit makes the combined mode look so much better and like an actual robot. So maybe
Gives him
I'll
an
end up
actual
with some
lower
more train
torso.
bots. Yes, it gives him an actual lower torso.
Yeah.
It's an important part of a body.
Yeah. The arms look a little too short with the add-on kit now that he has a torso, but yeah, it definitely improves the proportions on that toy.
I mean, the train modes are fantastic. The bot modes I thought were fine. They're basically big old mainline figures. They have lengthy transformations, but they're all mainline transformation steps. They're not like Masterpiece crazy complex. They're just long. And that's fine. I can live with that. I like trains. I would like trains to come be here. But when that combined mode came out, it was like, no, this is not it. So despite having 2 sets of trains, I have 0 sets of trains currently. Neither of them did it for me. This one's closer, so we'll see.
Well, I look forward to buying it off of you at TFCon Chicago, Christian.
Did you guys know that the literature that comes with the Diaclone train bots that they built has like a little story? It talks about how the other ones just died. Like, oh, they died. Like, we're not making these.
Wait, so they're only making 2 of the 6?
What?
Oops.
Oh man. Well, sounds like those all sold well then, huh? Man.
They'll be super valuable in the future. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and grab those 2.
Today's trash, tomorrow's. Oops, should have gotten it.
This plastic is yellow. No, they made it like that.
It does look yellowed though. They could have
Yeah.
altered the color scheme a little. Kind of cool that they could replicate yellowing, but maybe just make it actually yellow.
Yeah. That'll be when they redo Shatterglass Starscream on the Cybertron mold. It's going to come in the pre-yellowed coloring.
Oh, that reminds me. Another exclusive thing that I'm really looking forward to. The Hearts of Steel pack. Train Optimus. Steampunk Train Optimus. Put it in my hands. I'd say B2, but we have the new HB. That's from one of the exclusive leak lists.
Oh, the leak
I
list,
just expect that to be so bad. Like, yeah, it's gonna be like, what is it? I don't know. It's gonna feel. It's not gonna be what you think it's gonna be.
It's gonna be amazing.
I hope, but it's not, but it won't unless it's $100.
What if it is?
Then maybe it'll be awesome.
The
Probably
freaking
won't be $100.
Optimus Megatron breakup set last year was 70, so yeah.
It'll probably be like Vector Prime and be a real big disappointment.
There's not even anything remotely train-like out there right now. Let alone 2 things to make in a train.
Don't sell the engineer short.
Trains.
It's gonna be a remold of Weird Wolf for Titans Return.
It'll probably be a heavy remold of a Prime. It'll probably be Prima. Prime.
Oh,
The remold of Weird Wolf is Carnivac. That'll be at Amazon.
Okay.
That's a real thing. Yeah, Carnivac and Iron Fist. That's an exciting pack for me. Love Carnivac.
Yeah.
Love Iron Fist.
Yeah.
Rack and Ruin is rumored to be part of that. Love Rack and Ruin.
It's nice that they're actually getting some of those, wreckers that we actually want. I mean, not to say that we didn't want the other ones, but it's not. I don't know.
I think Spindle and Master Dominus were wastes. And Bulk Hound, as much as I like that, was kind of odd too.
I think the number of impactors we got just over the last several years, it's just felt like, all right, here was a popular character and an in-demand toy that just got like, all right, we've got it, guys. You've given us impactors. Okay, please stop.
And they never made that into Cybertron Defense Scattershot. That's what that mold should have gone to.
Yeah.
They should have made him hang out with Hotshot. They should have made Double Dealer into Red Alert. No. Very rude.
Yeah.
What else were you seeing over in the exclusive land?
I'm excited for the Takara Dragon Prime.
The Beast Hunter one?
The Beast Hunter one, yeah.
Or Dragon Hunt? What is it called?
I thought it was Monster Hunter?
Monster Hunter.
Monster Hunter, yeah.
Thank
I'm
you.
excited for that boy.
Yeah, that looks okay. I'm excited for Godzilla Megatron. I know people are harshing on that mold choice instead of the organic Megatron, but I think it looks nice, so I'm happy about it.
Dude, I saw the worst shit today. Someone is making like a Godzilla head to replace the Grimlock head, and it looks absolutely awful. And everyone's like, "Oh, that's so much better." I'm like, "That is disgustingly bad." It's like a stubby-nosed robotic
I've seen
Godzilla.
it.
It's awful. People are gaslighting themselves. Just get the real one.
I don't know why the Mecha Godzilla is the G2 Laser Prime mold instead of another Grimlock mold, or maybe that the organic mold. I don't know. Why is it not a dinosaur? But okay, I mean, it looks nice. It absolutely looks nice. I just don't know why it's that. But sure, fine, whatever.
I love that. I love that in America they're just like, "Yeah, we're not releasing that." It
Right.
just
Yeah,
never
We could
happened.
we could order the one, but not the other. I was like, okay,
Right.
strange.
They know that they're like, yes, we phoned this in.
It's just gonna.
Yeah.
I mean, that Silver Optimus is gonna be very, very valuable, especially since it's not coming out in the United States. That's just so
Bizarre.
funny. 'Cause it's still an Optimus Prime.
Right.
I
Well, you know,
have
just-
seen people, and I don't know if this was a Photoshop thing or someone's like 3D printing this or whatever, but like a Mecha Godzilla like head that goes over Laser Optimus Prime's head. And that does make it a bit better.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That could be cool. I haven't seen that one. The other one goes over the Grimlock or
I
replaces.
think that
the
makes more sense than the other one.
Yeah.
I think it's not a Grimlock head. I think it's a Sludge head, actually. Yeah, have a look. Maybe I'm wrong. It's not Grimlock's head, though.
Look, you're saying on the robot body.
Oh, sorry. I'm in the robot head. Are you saying in the dino? Oh, the dino head. Yeah, you're right.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, my mistake.
I wish we could show it so we could all laugh about it. It's so bad.
Right. I haven't even seen it, so. But
That big Flame Toys-ish Rodimus is coming.
I think that's exciting. Honestly,
I'm still on board for that. We'll see.
I didn't pre-order it, but I'm really interested. Like I'd like to see a review of that before I actually grab it.
Mhm.
But I mean, that looks pretty neat.
Yep.
I'm curious if they'll do more of that. I mean, obviously, I'm sure it's probably dependent on sales, but
We're getting some G2 Dinobots this year. I think the Blue Grimlock looks really good.
yeah.
And the 2-pack will have Slag and Snarl in it. And those are good molds too, so yay.
Well, do we know that? I mean, it makes sense to be those
I mean, we-
two, but do we know that?
We know that, yes.
Well, I'm not sure. The fact that they're repackaging Snarl, I'm not sure which way that goes with that G2 pack. If that means it's more likely that it's going to be Snarl or less likely.
I mean, I could see that just because of, they're running the mold already, so might as well.
Yeah, I always thought that was the rule of thumb too, Lucas.
Yeah, but then what does that do for Slag? Nothing? Anything? I mean, didn't he just get reissued?
Yeah.
Or is about to be, or is in production to be released?
It'll just
No,
be
I
really
think he got
funny.
re-released.
It'll be really funny if Sludge ends up being like the hard to find one because it
Right.
was shelf forming for a year and a half.
Yep.
Because it's
But
totally
I think we'll
possible.
get a Sludge and Swoop pack next year with their G2 colors. That'll be nice. Anything else crazy that we've heard? Sea Spray is coming in the Walmart line. That'll be nice.
Unless he's like Cosmos.
Oh,
Well, then we'll just see him again in 3 years.
right.
I don't think we'll have that problem because it's going to be like that, like the Bumblebee and Gears. It'll be like a solid packed carbon.
I'm a little upset about that Bumblebee still.
What?
I would like it to have the toy head if it's going to be in the toy packaging.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, agreed. But it doesn't.
But it doesn't. I mean, it still looks nice. It's just, I mean, it's right there with Gears and his toy head. So, like, do it. And it's not like I can fix it because I'm going to keep them in package because they're from a dream I had in 2018. Yeah. I know. I don't know. We're not touching anybody. Anybody super excited about Armada Red Alert? How about Wasp?
Oh, the Wasp
Yeah.
was cool.
Wasp is
About
always
the,
dope.
How about the Cybertron line coming to Walmart?
Do we know who all is coming?
Sideways, Excellion, Skywarp from the Cybertron Starscream mold, which didn't really exist, sort of existed. That'll be cool to see in full size. And a leader, that will be something.
I don't know. I feel like with so many of those, capsule lines that, let me see it, because there's going to be a lot of remolding. There's going to be a lot of repainting. Sometimes it works really well. And other times it's just like, oh, if you squint, it's this thing. So I don't know. That's where I'm kind of on the wait and see, with that. Not to say that I don't want them, but I don't want to get my hopes up just because it's on a leak list, and then have those hopes dashed because it's a crappy toy. I mean, Squeeze Play to me, Squeeze Play is like the idea of seeing Squeeze Play on a leak list. Awesome. The actual Squeeze Play toy we got, bleh.
All right.
Yeah.
I am willing to bet we'll get some more comic figures this year from Pulse. Purple
Comic figures are
Soundwave, maybe?
definitely
That would be
cool.
nice.
So it'd be,
Yeah,
it'd be
I
nice
like
to
that
get
set.
new ones.
The rumor we heard about why Purple Soundwave wasn't part of it initially is because they had the mold out and then somehow higher up said, hey, let's release Soundwave as a leader in Legacy instead. And so they ran the production line for that instead of making Purple Soundwave.
Well, there's a new rumor that there's a studio series Soundwave coming out. And the question is going to be, is that going to be a new mold?
There's an old comment, and by old I mean like from last year from Evan, that said if they ever do Soundwave in studio series, he will be a new mold. So if you take that at face value, Soundwave's going to be a new mold.
Well, you know why, Christian, right?
Because they've got to rescale it to Optimus?
No, because Walmart owns that mold. Come on, we all know that.
Oh, yeah, Walmart paid for that mold and they own it. Yes, that's right.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously.
So yeah, Soundwave was on that list. Astro Train was on that list. I think that makes sense. Get rid of the space mud. Maybe cover up that gap in the back.
Give him a little red and yellow panel.
Yep. So, I mean, if they can do upgrades to him like they did for Springer and just keep it in the leader class instead of going up a class, I think that's fine. And last night, Nemesis Prime was also on that list. And the package refresh of Snarl that Paul mentioned. Yeah.
Now, the Nemesis Prime, is that based on the Commander?
That is based on the new Age of Extinction leader that's coming.
Oh, okay.
So he'll be kind of bluish and darker and have the red streak on his face. Okay. From the last night.
Yeah.
I think they could just go ahead and do what Takara did and make it black. That would be a better choice, in my opinion.
Sure, but they don't do things that didn't appear on screen in studio series.
Oh, they don't? Like Thundercracker?
Oh, and the Nest dudes.
Yeah.
No ideas transforming.
What about that Megatron?
It's concept art that's different. But like, I've been begging for Camaro Cliffjumper and Nightwatch Prime and Off-Road Ironhide and Rescue Ratchet for years. No, they won't do it. They also didn't Nemesisify any of the other movie Optimuses, which is weird.
The thing about Nemesis Prime in The Last Night is he looks exactly like the other one. So
He's got the streak.
And his eyes are purple.
His eyes are purple.
yeah, I know this.
It's a weird one.
It's just
I
dumb.
mean, I guess they'll do it, and it'll have probably some different accessory or something.
Give him like a purple Energon blade.
The movie The
Paint him
Best
black.
Nemesis Prime was really good.
The who what now?
The movie The Best Nemesis Prime.
Oh yeah.
The best.
I found that at a Goodwill near my house.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Someone must have died, and tubs of Transformers were at this Goodwill.
That's a good figure. Based on the caliber version of that mold. Very good.
Am I the only person that's excited for the Zoids Optimus Prime?
Have we even seen that yet?
I thought we did.
Does
And,
it
like, we
transform or does it a kit?
We don't know.
Okay.
The last that I heard is we don't know.
I think my position is where I was with you last time we talked about it, which is I'm waiting and seeing. But it could
I'm
be
on
cool.
board for it regardless. I'm excited. I like Zoids. I like Transformers.
I do too.
Yeah.
Gotta tell me. Who's excited for Swapticons? Heck yeah. Yeah, they
Like,
do.
I have kids that are like the target demo for that, and just no.
They're just like, you cram them together and they're boxes. Okay, cool. Oh, Lucas, I finally saw your dice this weekend.
Oh, did you? There
The
you go.
battle cube thing. I was like, oh. Lucas did not send me these. These look horrible.
Yeah.
They're pretty
I
garbage.
saw those in a Walmart clearance aisle a few weeks back.
Yeah.
I saw them on at Walmart full price aisle. I was like, goodness
God.
gracious.
I mean, the Walmart clearance aisle can be marked down 13 cents, so that doesn't mean that they weren't still overpriced.
I recently found out that Walmart does not price match anything.
What?
Yeah. I mean, it's the store I went to. They said they don't price match anything. Their site, other stores, nothing. I was like,
Really?
okay, well,
Huh.
bye.
I
Yeah,
didn't
you
know
guys
they
know
got
how
rid
much
of
I
that
love
policy.
going to Walmart.
I feel like that's been a
website they
thing
did
for a while.
So
I don't know if they ever had, because I remember in college trying to price match something, and they're like, "Yeah, we're not going to do that." I was like, "Oh,
I wanted to get another Ferric for $10, and they were like, "Nah, get out of here."
why didn't you just buy it online then?"
It's out of stock online.
Oh, well, I would say the same thing.
Yeah,
then.
why would they price match something out of stock though?
That's fair, and I was prepared for that answer. What I wasn't prepared for was we don't do price match. That was unusual.
Yeah.
How about the NFL robots?
Yeah, I was just gonna say
Oh,
that.
yeah, there you go.
For those could be good.
Get myself a Patrick Mahomes Transformer.
A Patrick Mahomes Prime.
There you go.
I'm tempted to get all 32 of those. I mean, that's probably
Wow,
crazy.
that's a commitment.
But like, I don't know. If they're neat, I'll get them.
Don't the Panthers? Do the Panthers have like a division rival that you would just be like, no, never in a million years?
Not a division rival. I mean, the ones that I would never get would be like the Patriots or the Packers.
Yeah.
We have blood rivals that way, but in the all the division members are rivals, but not like that. And the Falcons is probably the closest.
Okay.
Yeah, it's us and the Falcons and the Buccaneers and the Saints.
Yeah, I don't feel like there's like a ton of animosity amongst any of those four teams. I mean, you're not like friends and buddies, but it's not like the NFC North where it's just like F the Packers.
Or the FC West.
Yeah, not like that.
Yeah.
The Falcons is probably the worst. Their fans are really terrible.
I'm trying to think if there's any other big releases that we haven't really said anything about. Do you guys
Any
have
more
any
crossovers?
Thoughts on... Oh, sorry.
Any more crossovers that we've heard leaks for?
The Hot Wheels ones.
Okay. I mean, the Ultra Magnus, man. I definitely want to get my hands on that thing.
Yes, that, but those are the Transformers Hot Wheels, and now we're getting Hot Wheels Transformers.
Oh yeah.
No.
That's, I think there's been a rumored Batman one.
I've gotten lucky on the Hot Wheels, where I found at the two grocery stores closest to me, I found a gold Bumblebee at each of them.
I needed one. I finally came and got one on eBay.
I gave one to my buddy who found me the yellow one, and I gave the other one to my boys.
So yeah, Magnus is coming, but then the Transformers one, the Transforming Hot Wheels, it's Twin Mill and something else, Paul, that we talked about, but I can't remember what it's called because I don't remember their names.
Some fucking car. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, one of the iconic cars.
The Magnus is already here, though. Fortunately.
Yeah.
You sell me?
Yeah, right. Have you looked at the price on that thing?
Yeah, I did today, actually.
I haven't found it. I've been looking. I'm like, whew. I've struck out big time with the Hot Wheels Transformers. I've never, other than the Optimus, which was like in a single case at Targets and Walmarts, I haven't found any of them.
I found a B. Anyway, I think that might be it, Lucas. I think we talked about everybody.
Yeah, so far. So, do you have any thoughts on who the HasLab's going to be?
I'm going with G1 Metroplex.
That's what I kind of hope it's going to be.
I'm taking Trypticon as a signal about that.
I don't disagree, but just for throwing out a different name out there, I'll say Lyle Kaiser.
I would almost prefer that.
I would prefer it. That's kind of why I want to maybe wish it into existence.
I would like both.
Paul, what do you
I
think?
just would like Lyle Kaiser more.
I think the change of the Titan price point plays into what this HasLab and the next subsequent ones will be for the end of time, unfortunately. Exactly how that manifests, I don't know, but I think they're related.
I don't follow. I'm sorry.
I think they are making what we used to call Titans into all HasLabs that are twice as expensive.
Gotcha.
They're going to probably start with Metroplex. And they've rerun all the Titans as much as it seems like they can possibly do at this point.
Except for him.
Mm-hmm.
Except for him. And they're probably saying, all right, we've exacerbated this price point. We've made some duds too. let's try something new. And I think they've had success with the HasLab Transformer ones they've done. Everything's funded, except for Unicron, really. Like if you really read between the lines, which is funny why they would be like, let's up the price and do a bigger one again, because it's kind of going back into that Unicron territory.
I think it'll be 300, not 600 like Unicron.
Right.
We've been hanging out at 180, 150. I think we'll get something that's 300 or so.
I think it'll be more in the. I think it'll be between 3 and 4.
Okay, yeah.
Who knows what it's going to be? But I think you see all these people that have the shelf displays and have all the Titans standing on the top of their IKEA shelves. Well, that's going to look. They're basically saying, okay, we did that. Everyone's done. Time to start over, and let's make some money this time. Is what they're going to try to do. And so those big Transformers are going to be pinnacle items that are, over the course of a decade and a half to get all.
I do think next year will be Primus. Because I think they'll do that to cap off the age of the Primes.
I mean, I see that more likely happening. If they're going to do Primus, maybe they do that this year.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I just don't want Primus. I don't know. I'd rather have Autobot City as like a studio series HasLab. That would be cool as
that would be cool.
Everything they've ever done.
You know what would be pretty neat though too is to do a HasLab Fort Max.
That would be more exciting than Metroplex to me if they did it like really, really cool.
Like if they did it more
tall
G1
tower.
Right.
Yeah. Because I was
feet-
just about to say the Titan's Return Fort Max is probably my least favorite Titan. It's so much of a remold of Metroplex. It felt very handcuffed to use a lot of the Metroplex parts. Like the head is awesome. I love Cerebros. And the rest of them just feels like an afterthought.
Right. Well, and I think the other thing too is the original Fort Max just came with so much stuff.
Yeah.
That like, I don't know. It's kind of disappointing when you got the Titan, and I realized that they, had some figures and stuff like that after the fact, but.
Oh my God! You know what they could do instead of that?
What?
They could just release Grand Max instead. Because of the one that never came out,
Mm-hmm.
And then the red cog would have a place to go. Holy!
What if red cog with Grand Max?
The new HasLab is just a $350 re-release of the Nemesis.
No, I don't know. I think Autobot City is on the table. I don't know what it would turn into. I don't know what it would turn into. I kind of hope it just would transform like it does in the movie somehow. That would be super cool.
Right.
But it means I feel like Studio Series is coming to an end as we know it. Because if you look at the packaging, the new packaging for everything, it's all the same. It's all the same form and function. They just changed that little strip on the bottom. It's actually, I noticed that the other day when I saw like the leaks, or not the leaks, but like here's new stuff in Hong Kong, right? And they had the stuff intermixed, and I was like, wait a minute, what toy line is each? I don't even remember what's what. So they're reintegrating the separated lines.
I mean, I've got an idea though of what a Studio Series Autobot City could turn into, at least for me. A delinquent mortgage payment. Hi-yo!
Oh, there you go.
Does that mean we're done? I think that means we're done.
I think we're done. So, all right. Well, thank
Phil's
you
doing
guys.
stand-up,
This is the
I
point
think
where
we're
we
done.
tell Phil that we're done. He logs off, and then we keep going without him.
Right, exactly. But well, thank you guys for joining me tonight. Thank you to everyone in the chat. Thanks to Zaldron and Talib and Paul Morales, Enots, and Carnage Creations. So thank you guys for all your participation. And, we will be back next week. It sounds like we'll be back on Thursday, I guess, to discuss what happened with the HasLab.
Yep, that's what we'll be doing.
What will be happening, because it's Friday.
It's Thursday.
It is Thursday. Oh,
it's Thursday.
It's Thursday. Okay. There we go. Yeah.
So, all right. Well, cool. All right. Well, thanks, guys, and we'll see everyone next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Toodaloo.